Hey ho. See, my hair is another reason that I don't wear headphones.
Okay.
Mmm.
Do you like that?
Ooh, stimulating.
I really good
Whoa.
old man old man getting up ASMR. Sorry.
I just joined. I don't know what's going on.
Are we recording?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this is the start of the
fuck,
podcast.
you gotta give me a heads up.
No, you messed it up.
Hey, what's good? I saw you looking and now what's good? So stop being nervous and let's go dance. But I'll take it slow, so please mind your hands. I wanna know you.
That's good. I've been
Welcome
looking-
back to Close Contact.
Okay.
This is
That was a good
our.
place to start.
What podcast number is this?
This is
Number?
5.
Podcast number 5.
High fives.
20 more of these, and we'll be at 100.
But they didn't high five because they are only pretend friends. Don't hit her. Oh.
Wait. Pinky promise. Or, yeah, that's nice. Okay.
Fucky promise.
Fuck you promise.
Fuck you. Oh, I promise, fuck you. You wouldn't. I promise I'll say fuck you.
Do you fucky promise?
We are here to share.
I'm sorry, did you want to do an intro or something?
I'm just
We
trying to
could go
get
on
the
for
audience
so
up
long
to
about
speed.
fuck you promise. I think it's best we move
We
on.
did touch poop. We did fucky
No.
promise. We got to get
We did
to
old
what
man
we're
ASMR.
actually doing.
Okay,
today.
okay. Do your
Right.
stupid.
Now that we have the content for the podcast, let's do the information part.
Yeah. We're back today with more skit ideas. We're going to be pitching our ideas to each other, have some goofs, have laugh
This sounds
a
like a
little.
Christian summer camp.
It can be if you want it. We can just read Bible verses.
Okay, guys. So today we're gonna talk about you know who.
You know who? Not Voldemort. Jesus Christ. Introduce your guest.
Hello. Okay, we're back again. For real.
You are doing. I did a whole intro while you guys were goofing off, and now suddenly you're like, okay,
Okay,
now
Alright.
the real
We're
one.
back.
I thought that was funny.
And every time it starts with "we're back." We had a brief foray into jokes.
That would
We're
be
back.
A good skit.
Okay,
Your
for
first
sketch.
skit idea
For
is
sketch.
there's commercial breaks every 10 seconds, and every
What's
part
up,
starts
guys?
with,
We're
"Hey,
back."
Julian, what did you say to me? We'll be right back after after commercial. Hey guys, what's up? We're back. What? I didn't say anything to you. We'll be right back.
Today's episode is sponsored by.
Sponsored by. We'll be right back.
There's an ad in the middle of the ad. It's like this.
It'd be funny if we didn't add in
This
the
episode
middle
is
of an
brought to you by HelloFresh. Do you need fresh groceries? Hold on. This ad is brought to you by Me Undies. Jesus, that was impressive.
ad. Okay.
Okay,
Hold on.
we're back.
We're back.
Should I introduce myself?
No.
I feel like you're struggling.
Someone introduce Bean,
Okay.
our special guest
Our
of
special
the day.
guest of the day.
Bean does her own podcast. It's called
You got this?
Strumpet
Radio
Radio
Hour.
The Strumpet Radio Hour. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
And
Bean?
tell us
That's-
about your co-host, Susie.
Susie. Yes, I'm the co-host of Strumpet Radio Hour, the podcast for strumpets, trollops, and tarts worldwide. I started it with my lifelong bully, Susie Corman. We've been
She's really
in each
nice.
other's lives since we were 7, and she's been gaslighting me the whole time. So if you want to hear that happen live on air, you can find us on Spotify and wherever podcasts are played.
What's your Instagram and or social media?
Instagram is Strumpet Radio, and that's it on all social media, but we don't post very much.
But you do more than just podcasting.
Do
You
I?
do- well, okay, well, you
What do I
also
do?
do UX, but I was going to
Yeah.
mention the whole, stand-up thing.
Stand-up thing? It's kind of embarrassing, honestly. I don't know. Tell me about me.
Oh, well, I mean, I met Bean through a comedy club at our university, and
I was the oligarch of Comedy Club.
she was just really good right away. And then she became
Stop.
the president because she's also responsible. And that is something that really is often understated these days. Do you have your resume with you? Let's go
Oh, I
over
do.
all-
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I have a
What
CV.
other skills do you have? Arabic? Chinese soon?
Chinese soon. Yeah, I'll be fluent in Arabic in about 2 more weeks of Duolingo.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then I'm going on to Mandarin. No, that's about it. Yeah, I do stand up. Honestly, I haven't done stand up in like a month, so I feel like
But you could slide right back in.
Yeah.
I guess
You get right back
I mean,
into
you're-
it.
You're technically the first full-on stand-up comedian that we have had on this podcast, and that's kind of
Wow.
what we want to do with it. We want to bring on a lot of stand-up people. So we actually allotted a full 20 minutes for you to do your set. Whenever you're ready, go at it.
Jordan and I will be bad audience members.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Supreme Court, they're being pretty goofy right now. Who's with me? Guys, anyone? Can I make some noise if you think the Supreme Court's being silly?
That's the
was-
smallest crowd you've ever done stand-up to.
Smallest crowd I've ever done stand-up to. I feel like every now and then, like, a small group of people will coerce me into telling a joke, you know?
But I wouldn't, but that's not what I meant,
Like,
though.
okay, like,
What do you
I
mean?
did stand-up at a birthday party, which was a pretty small.
Yeah. How
Crowd.
small was that one? Because
30 people, maybe.
that's not too bad.
It's
though.
pretty small.
What was the age of the birthday?
Our
They were way
backyard
older
shows
than
were
me.
Smaller than 30.
Okay, yeah, backyard. Yeah, well, comedy club was often very
But that's
small.
like you're still like doing it, but like that's
Yeah.
outside event. That's not a club meeting.
Right. Well, the club meetings would definitely be the smallest, especially some of
Well,
the
club
like
meetings,
Zoom
I wouldn't count
pandemic
those
club
ones.
meetings.
That
It's like
was-
me and Jaden. I'm like, all right, Jaden.
Zoom pandemic just doesn't. It
No.
doesn't count.
No, Zoom comedy doesn't count.
Comedy is a
But
will be
yeah,
a stain on every comedian's record.
I did it to keep the club alive, and it was a worthy sacrifice. But
Yeah,
I
no,
took
you
all of
did,
those
but you,
off
you
of
took that,
YouTube.
you took that to the fucking chest. You really took that blow.
Yeah, I did. Whatever. I got a fun PowerPoint about Twilight out of it. So
Yeah, great PowerPoint. Yeah.
thanks.
In fact, we have it.
We have it right here, and your mom is here to react to it.
What would you say is the best stand-up performance you've had, and then what's the worst you've ever bombed? And do you remember the joke that bombed the most? Perhaps.
Was I there at the bomb? I'm gonna
you
guess.
were there at the bomb.
Yep, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what was up because you know what? I was doing material that usually works, so it wasn't
Yes, you
even
were.
the
Yeah.
jokes. I tried a couple jokes I didn't believe in. Maybe that set me up for failure. But it was a showcase at a roller rink, and the stage is set up so that people roll by while you're
Oh,
doing
wow.
your set, and sometimes fall. And and it's in a room that's like in the room next to the bar, so everybody is over at the bar drinking, or they're in the rink. This is kind of an in-between room that people just skate through to get drunk. Yeah, it did not
Got
go
it.
well. Levi was there.
It was so funny. Watching like
Not your
every-
set, but
not your
Not my set. Well,
Not
it was
your
the
comedy.
same shit.
No, it was what was so fucking funny was like just sitting there and being like, huh, where's this going? And then having a person roller skate in front
Literally,
of you.
like-
While you're watching stand-up comedy. You're like, what is this bit about to be? And then someone like
someone's like
breaks
drunkenly,
their
yeah,
kneecaps, like,
literally
slams into your table and you're like, what? And then you look back and he's like, so what's the deal with crickets? Like, where are they?
Where did they go? Yeah. And you know, even that, it wasn't the end of the world. It was fine. But
Honestly, like, yeah, was that like, also, wasn't that like the first time you've like bombed?
yeah, that's the first time I've bombed. I've
Yeah.
had some days like at mics. I've had a lot of mics that didn't go that
Sure,
well.
yeah.
That one hurt because it was a showcase. I was paid to be there.
That's
Oh.
just the crazy thing. is
But
everyone-
I wasn't. Everyone bombed. It wasn't just me.
yeah, no,
so-
everyone did Superman. The last guy was the only guy that was like actually kind of getting something going, and he was
Yeah.
like a touring professional.
And he was
comic.
super
Oh.
energetic, trying to
He
get
was
people involved.
Super energetic, and I was like, wow, okay, I like get what's going on here. Like,
Yeah.
that was a whole different skill set.
I did do a Zoom stand-up performance for like a band's like a music premiere to an audience of people I didn't know with all of their mics muted.
That's
That
so
was
crazy.
really bad. I didn't like that one.
That's so funny.
I would never do that
cannot
again.
believe that you did that. That's crazy.
Yeah, nightmare.
Yeah, no, stand up is just terrifying to me. I like
Yeah, it's
on stage
intense.
performance, but I like I feel like with stand up you have to be comfortable with improvising your delivery and your phrasing, but I'm very much a person who likes to get it down perfect. Like I like to get to the point where I'm like, this is exactly what I want it to be. And with stand up there's so much unpredictability.
I think stand-up can be that.
No,
It definitely
you gotta look
can.
at stand up differently. It's
I know.
the same thing as what you do.
No,
but
it's
like,
also planned out.
it is also planned out. But the difference is what you get to do is you get to sit here and look at every possible scenario and decide, like in video editing, you're like, oh, I know exactly how that sounds. I know whether I like that. Or
Yeah.
with music, you're like, nope, different snare. But like with comedy, every edit you do is literally, it's another performance.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So the process just becomes
The process is
so much slower.
excruciating.
That's why it takes a whole year for the best comics in the world to make 1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's every single night, multiple times. You're
Exactly.
just making an edit.
And like the first, like, I'd say 20 performances is just getting over your nerves and like getting comfortable on stage, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like,
Probably,
and
yeah.
I get rusty too. Like, I haven't done stand up in a while, I was saying. So next time I go up, it's going to be rough.
I'm still gonna be nervous, but like I've bombed way more than you, and so like I'm also more comfy, just like
I
kind of
think-
sitting in nothing.
That makes you
Yeah.
stronger because I've been so cushioned. Like, I started stand up in a club, like a college club.
Yeah.
So, and it was well received right away. And I've gotten really lucky with stuff like that. So I've never had things go really poorly.
Yeah. Well,
And
but
it's
you also
gonna
like,
crush me.
you put a ton of effort into your stuff, so like
Yeah.
I feel at least like when things go bad, especially based on like all of the stuff you've done, I don't even look at that as like, oh man, wow, she really messed that one up. I was like, oh no, that's worked like almost every single time except this one. So
Sometimes
it's like,
things just don't work.
clearly,
Like,
things
I
just
have
don't
stuff that have like killed at some places, and then if the audience just isn't into
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it isn't into it.
No, I've done the same. I've done almost identical sets. Like 1 week I did it 1 week, and then the next week did it again, and like
and it just yeah.
completely flat the second time, and it like killed the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as you can fucking kill at an open mic.
Yeah,
which is
dude,
just someone laughed.
I
once.
forgot. The roller rink was not the worst bomb. It's fucking house shows.
Oh,
I've done so many
really?
music house
I
shows.
forgot you let me do that one. That was a
Yes.
fucking experience.
Yes, because those ones are crazy because everyone's there to see music, and they're run by like college students, which no shade, like they're cool, but they definitely don't know how to like prime an audience for stand up compared to music.
Yep.
So just nobody's fucking listening. The mic isn't adjusted to be able to hear me. Everyone's drunk. Everyone is like confused. They're like,
Yeah.
why did the music stop? And there's like a sad speech now. What's happening? So yeah, those are awful because those are big audiences.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the one you let me do because
Because
I was
didn't
like,
want to do
because
it.
you didn't want to do it, and also it was Bella's birthday, and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll cover it for you.
Yeah.
I remember doing like, they just put me on. They were like, all right, you're gonna do 5 sets, and I was like,
No, that's the crazy shit.
they're
too,
like
yeah.
5 sets, 3 to 5 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, that's 25 minutes of material, and it has to be individual 5-minute bits, so I can't use my 10-minute stories. Can't fucking do it.
No.
So I was just like, all right, fucking, I'm going to riff. Like I have to do this.
God.
I'm just gonna
Oh
like.
no.
I have at least like, I have like 10, 12 minutes of material, even if all like, and not all of it's awesome. Probably about 9 minutes is awesome. And there's like a lot of filler that takes it up to 12, but like,
Yeah, I think I have 18 that I like,
oh yeah,
You
I have
know?
way less than that.
and then like maybe 25 if I'm
Yeah.
being generous. Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember going on the first time and like did my only like good material to start because everyone was kind of there, and then they just figured out like, and I like got some laughs out of people. 1 or 2 of my jokes like made everyone laugh, and then like the next round people just realized, oh, I can go drink.
Yeah.
Like
I don't have to be
there.
here
And then
for
it
this.
was literally like 50 people to like 10 people.
That's kind of fun,
And I was
honestly.
like,
That's
whoa,
nicer.
that's really crazy. And 2 of the people were like really nice, and one guy was like super overhyping, like ironically.
Yeah.
And
They do that. It's kind of nice.
yeah,
When
and-
there's people just like, ha 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 ha, in the front row. You're like, okay,
yeah,
thanks.
thanks, Dade. And then yeah, I just got down from like 10 to like 5 the next time.
Now you're just hanging out.
I know, and that's
not
what
a
was really
performance.
weird. I was like, "Do you guys still want me to do this?" Like, and
Shoot.
the 5 of them are like, "Yeah," and I was
Aw,
like,
that's sweet.
"Okay," like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is really
rough.
weird, but
it's just not
God,
the setting for it.
I feel like this
Really not.
wouldn't happen much in the Seattle comedy scene, but have either of you gotten hecklers?
Never like mean hecklers. I'll have people
it.
who like try to participate or say something.
What do you mean,
but
like participate?
you know, I'll say something and they'll just respond.
Like, woo!
Yeah, or they'll say, like, let me think. I had a joke. I actually kind of scrapped this joke about how like dudes who don't have bed frames don't have trash cans in their bathroom. And this one dude was like, I have a trash can in my bathroom. And I was like, okay.
You
I
didn't
was
know
just
what to
I
say,
didn't know
like,
what
yeah.
to say. I mean, I'm not that great at improv, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still pretty new, so I was like, oh nice.
dude, I'm
Great
not,
job.
Okay, we're getting so deep into stand up right
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Sorry.
I just have one more question because I do like to start with stand-up.
this is fun.
I'm curious as to what both of you think about narrative stand-up versus just joke stand-up, because I know you, Levi, are very much against, not fully against, but you don't like the long-winded story stand-ups where you really build to something, right?
What, bro? I have like a 12-minute story.
Really? I've only listened to
Yeah.
your like one-off jokes really when I've seen you do
that's
it.
when we do like the live shows, like off leash stuff. It was very much like, all right, I've got 5 minutes, so why don't I just do my like shorthand stuff? Because I don't have like a longer idea that I've compressed. I have stories, and you
Got
can't
it.
like really compress a story.
yeah.
You know, you have to give it space.
That's actually my love-hate relationship with stand-up, because like what I want to do with stand-up is something bigger like that, where it has a narrative, it has overarching themes, it has like callbacks and big payoffs.
Yeah.
But most of stand-up is just 3 to 5 minute open mic spots, so I can't work on any of that. So and it's so hard to work on stuff like that, let alone get the opportunity to like perform something like that.
Where someone's like, yes, let's hear you speak for 20 minutes.
Yeah, like my favorite bit requires like this 5-minute interlude of like not. There's some jokes in there, but it's not that snappy. But the payoff is really good. But I can't do that at a mic because people have to already have like bought into me and be willing to pay attention through that.
You have to establish yourself very early
really
on.
wish I could have seen you do the bit you talked about, like at the show when you were like, I haven't tested this, but I'm gonna do this story for 15 minutes at the competition.
Oh yeah, the vibrator. Yeah.
I literally haven't heard that story.
I
'cause
wish
that's the
I
only
didn't get
time
it
you told me.
recorded. I don't think, but yeah, it did really well because I did a competition where you went up if you got to the end, which I did. you go up.
Hey, all right, no need to put me down.
You do 3 minutes, then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. So throughout the night, I
Wow.
got to do 18 minutes, and so that was so much fun because by the end, I could do a longer bit that like. Cause people already kind of knew me, they knew my story, and that was the best feeling ever, which is what Levi's talking about. But yeah, I haven't told that since because
I know,
haven't
and
had the time.
I would love to hear it sometime.
Yeah.
I gotta reschedule and go to Bellingham. I guess.
Yeah, coming to Bellingham. I got 15 minutes in that showcase.
Yeah. No, I like narratives. Like honestly, I like the podcast because like it's almost like a little mini story within itself if you watch the whole thing, like all the interactions. But like also I love movies and stuff. Like I love the live show we did because that was like such a
fun.
long show.
God.
We did 2, and that was like, especially the second one was like
The second
that's
one,
a story.
We had a whole arc in there.
We had something happen in there. Like honestly, this is great because what we can do is like make a bunch of little clips. We can like go the route of like we have to do this fucking social media thing and be like, hey, here's a bunch of short things. Maybe one person out of 100 will be like, maybe I'll check out their long form podcast. And then maybe we can do a show. Maybe we can do, I don't know, like a film or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, podcasts are cool because they're a different kind of content. Like I consume a lot of podcasts because I can just put them on while I'm doing shit.
Exactly.
And that's nice.
I hope people are listening to us while they fall asleep.
I think
that's the goal.
As the younger generation
Hello.
grows up and their attention
Wake up.
span.
Sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
So sorry to wake you up. Welcome back.
We're back.
Oh my god. Okay. I think we just get into sketches.
Yeah,
Just
I
I
think
mean to
we've gone for a while.
we've gone
Let's get
for
into
so
it.
long.
Oops.
Levi, I would love to hear your first sketch idea.
Okay. We're going loose today, so we're gonna be real abstract.
Fast and loose.
Real.
Okay.
Wild.
So you know how there's that trope of like old people sitting on the rocking chair in the porch and they're like, storms are coming.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do something like that, but they start making more predictions. Like he's like, we're losing Roe v. Wade all the way. It's going.
It's
going. I can feel it in my tibia. Nixon's ghost will come back and finish the job. I can feel it in my cranium. Just like he just starts really riffing. He's like,
storms coming.
maybe a dog's a president. I don't know. I don't know. They're getting looser.
The storm's coming. Looks like the crickets are moving south for the winter. And then like suddenly it's like on September 5th.
We're not doing that again. God.
Not another MLK.
No more MLK
God.
assassination
Oh
jokes.
God, what
I'm
is with you,
really-
Jordan?
I know. They say I'm the like insensitive guy.
I've been.
guy's
I think you
given
both are.
history.
I think
You
you're
see, I
just-
just give off the vibes of being less insensitive than you. I
Yeah.
don't know how, but
It's just
I don't know
my
how it's
aggressive racist president.
being what's
Yeah, what's up?
All right. What's your first and only sketch?
Oh yeah, I have a great sketch idea. So okay, there's a woman. She's the main character, of course she is, and her
yeah.
friend is like, "Hey, I have a podcast. Do you want to be on it?" And then she's like, "Sure." He's like, "Oh, but can you bring a mic though?" And she's like, "Yeah, no, I can bring a mic." And he's like, "Actually, can you bring 2 mics, maybe, or 3 if you have them?" And then they're recording the podcast, and then he's like, "What's up?"
That says movie recording has been stopped on.
Fantastic, fantastic.
perfect. Well, we have it from this angle, so everyone knows.
Oh, so I can keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay, so they're recording the podcast, and then the dudes are like, "Actually, do you know how to like edit podcasts?"
All right.
And then they're
Now
like,
it's getting fictional.
"Wait, how do you we need a good like social media strategy."
dun.
Oh
that
my
one.
God. Piss off.
That's my sketch idea. What do you guys think? Based on
I am insulted.
just something that came to me. It's just inspired.
It feels like it's in bad taste too soon.
Kind of just divine inspiration, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, when you're ready to share a real idea, let us know.
Okay.
That
That was
instead of just
a really good idea.
roasting us. Yeah.
It was really funny.
I mean, we thought it was a good idea when
Guys,
we pitched
guys,
it to you.
You're supposed to be pretending to be friends right now, so let's lighten
wait,
the mood.
I thought the camera turned off. We still have to keep.
No, you have to. There's
We
there's
have it
2
from this
cameras.
angle, I told
There's
you.
2 cameras. You can't
Okay.
fake it.
My first idea: in-use car salesman, and it's an ad for a salesman who only sells cars that are currently in use. He's like, these cars
So funny, George.
are the hottest cars on the market. People are still using them. You may have some questions. Where do I get these cars from? Why is there someone living in my car? And what are you doing living in my car? My wife left me. I need a place to stay. Get off my back. And I want the ad to end with like, he's really selling this car. And then you hear someone in the background be like, get away from my car. And he's like, oh, shoot, runs off.
Oh,
Simple
shoot.
idea. Oh,
And then just the
yeah, exactly.
footsteps.
He's just like walking into traffic. He's like, all these cars, all these in-use
All of them are
cars.
mine. Every single
You
one.
see that one? There it goes. That could be you.
That could be you if you can catch him. I can't run that fast.
Oh, look. Yeah. You just keep going. He gets... No, we don't need him to get
Yeah.
hit by a car at the end.
Get with the
If
really
he does get hit
cheesy-
by a car, it would be pretty funny if, like, right in the middle of the commercial, like a car hits him, and then it hard cuts to like a different guy in the same outfit.
Yeah.
being like, I'm Gary too.
No, the person is in the car and he's like, don't buy this guy's used in-used cars. Buy my
It
in-used car.
transitions to a new commercial, and the
Yeah.
other car commercial was driving and
Yeah.
killed him. That's so funny.
Levi, what is your second idea? or third or fourth,
I don't
depending
think-
on how we edit this
I
podcast.
think that's gonna be the best. I think that in use cars is gonna be the
That's
best.
a good one.
The
You
best
walk
one.
into an actual like car
Car-
sales lot. And
Oh
he's
my
like,
god, that would be
what the
funny.
heck? These aren't in use. Who wants these?
Who wants these? And he just opens all the doors like,
Hello?
and just starts giving out keys.
Yeah.
And then people get in them, and he's like, "Now we can sell
Now
these
we're
babies."
talking.
New subscription service. I send you keys to random cars, and you walk around to find which one it belongs to.
That's funny. That's really good. All right. So this one is Seattle Paint Company, and I'm just gonna read the monologue that
Okay.
I have written for this. We here at Seattle Paint Company are excited to announce our brand new series of colors tailored to your city. Show your liberal side from afar with Not in My Backyard Black. Let the neighbors know your progressive views on love with Matchmaking My Only Two Friends, Gay Friends Fuchsia. Support women, but only real women with Turf Teal.
Rice.
Seattle Paint Company. Show your true colors.
Me and Bean were just
That was
staring
really
at each
good.
other.
That was great. That was really
That
good.
was-
I liked that one a lot.
I'm telling you guys, the commentary.
Listen, it is,
commentary.
it's biting social commentary. Okay.
It's not biting social commentary.
I have a really bad sketch idea. Like, well, I probably shouldn't even say on the podcast.
No, you
but
should
it was
do
like,
it. We can cut it out.
Yeah, we can cut it out. We'll cut this out, right, guys?
Yeah.
But just like, this is so bad. Seattle is like, we heard your concerns about the homelessness problem, and so in order to solve it, we would like to introduce Seattle's new mascot, Unhoused Phil. And it's just a homeless dude. And they take him to like sporting events, and he just like fucks shit up. And then that was pretty much the idea.
Got it.
They
Yeah.
just don't.
Okay.
They don't even pay him.
No, they don't. That was, it's biting because it's like they don't actually do anything. But
Yes.
it's a bit
No, I don't know.
insensitive to actually film.
Those are the. It's just like ideas like that. I struggle with sometimes because I'm like, I understand like what the message is here, and it's
Yeah.
not like I'm not saying things and being like that's okay. The point of what I'm saying is like Seattle has a very like outward appearance of like
No,
being
it's the
incredibly
same
liberal
thing. It's like,
and,
look, it's Unhoused Phil.
show your true colors. It's
Yeah.
like literally, it's just
Oh, that's
the
clever.
metaphor
It took
of
me a
like
little
No,
bit
it's
to
just
get
the neoliberal.
this is how
thing.
you actually feel. You're just
Yeah.
going along with this because
Yeah.
you just don't like. It's not that people actively want to do anything. It's
Uh-huh.
more just like, no, I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, it's like
people want to feel like other people think that they're okay with things. I'm speaking very vaguely because
No,
I want to have zero comment.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's aesthetics.
I support the current
Yeah.
regime. That's my answer to everything.
Yeah.
I support the current regime.
If
Yuck.
if you're not for the change, you're for the establishment. That's what I
Damn.
learned.
Mic drop. Don't actually because they're not
I
our
already
mics.
dropped my
This one's
mic
mine.
twice,
Okay.
and it wasn't
Um,
even a good mic drop.
I'm gonna
moment.
share. I'm gonna share my next idea. Either of you ever seen The Queen's Gambit?
No.
Okay. Well, you didn't need to.
Chess.
This next idea. Yeah, I was inspired by the chessboard that we have under here. I'll put a
Okay.
B-roll of it. It's the Cold War. Okay. There's a very intense chess match going on between two people. And one of the people gets completely cornered. It looks like they're in check. Right. Very few pieces left on the board. Suddenly, dramatic music comes in, and you see a montage of all of the opponent's pieces falling over in slow motion as this really inspiring music plays. And then it speeds up, and they're just like hitting it off with like one piece, and like, that's, I'm done, walk out.
Checkmate, pussy.
That's the basic idea.
Gotcha.
Chess is so easy.
I win. Easy game. Got your king. But I like the really like slow montage, just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
That would
That's
be super
fun.
fun.
Chess jokes.
Chess jokes.
Chess jokes.
I like it.
That's what you were talking about last time, is thinking about cinematic humor.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good example of that.
I want to take tropes and turn them on their heads, like, and try and emulate
Satire.
them. Yeah.
Some would call it satire.
Someone would call comedy.
Some would say joke. Joke very
Some
funny.
people say philosophy. No. Joke.
I think it's going back to me, so I'll.
Go back.
Okay, I already told Jordan about this a while ago, but I think we do a mock NRA promo. That's
Okay, I'm in.
Yes.
because the NRA's whole thing is like, they're always like, it's not the guns, it's the people that are the problem. So they just flip it and be like, the guns are actually the good guys, and it's just like an animated gun like helping old women like cross the street, or like getting cats down from trees.
I like that one.
It's like,
It should
people
be-
are the problem, guns are the solution.
It should be animated in like what is it?
Flash.
Is it
Or like Microsoft
House
Paint.
of Rock? No, like those
Oh,
old
Schoolhouse
political-
Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah. It should be
God.
animated in
So
that
funny.
style.
Yeah, we can definitely do
Yeah,
that.
we can pull
Oh,
that
we have
off.
the budget and
Yeah.
talent
We've never
and time
animated
for
before,
that.
but we'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot of sketch ideas because Levi told me we were raw dogging
I
it.
did not say that.
when we
I
were,
just
in fact,
don't,
not raw
I
dogging
just
it.
would not have said that.
I have some stuff that aren't sketch. Like, I don't know if you guys...
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay, so I do like UX, like user experience design.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had this idea. I probably will make this into a video eventually. That's just like creating an app that has the most anti-user experience
Yeah.
as possible.
oh, that'd be funny.
So I was thinking of making like a, I don't know, like a Heimlich maneuver tutorial app.
Oh my
You know, but then like there's like a million ads. You have to
Yeah.
do like 2-factor authentication to get in.
Everything is a captcha.
Yeah, everything is a CAPTCHA, and like I don't know. I just love the idea of like making an app that hates the user that would be needed in like an emergency situation.
Please make it.
Yeah, I'll try.
Dude, honestly, I'm telling you, like, we need to just make that feature on Twitter, and then everyone would tweet a little bit less.
Yeah. If you ever do a captcha
If
before
we
you
made
tweet.
Just
Twitter a
CAPTCHA.
little bit worse, so many fewer bad tweets would happen.
There are
'Cause
so
you have
many-
to type so fucking slow.
So many little things you can do. Like I remember seeing like a phone number input that was just a 0, and you had to like press an arrow to like get the number up from 0 to your phone
so
number.
Oh my
insane.
gosh.
That's so
I
crazy.
love shit like that so
That's
much.
very funny.
Yeah.
Or like the radio buttons for like everything.
Just like like dials you have to turn.
yeah.
This was sort of Bella's idea too, but she gave me an idea to make an app that like collects a blood sample every time you skip an ad on your phone.
That's
How does it get the blood?
There's definitely an attachment included you'd have to put
Oh,
on.
God.
Or it could be built into like the next iPhone.
Mhm.
You
Oh
know?
my gosh, that's.
It's like you hold your phone like this, and if you skip an ad, it like pricks your hand. Collects
3D
it.
interface.
So, a man is getting a massage, and he kind of hints, like he's like, could I maybe get a happy ending? And the masseuse, like, is like, yeah, okay. And they pull out a book, and they start saying, like, the lake was still. Margaret and Gil sat at the end of the dock. The man's like, wait, what? What's going on? He's like, no. The masseuse doesn't say anything. They just keep going. Gil knew that this might be the last time Margaret looked at him the same. The dementia was setting in. Could she really see the lights at the end of the lake sparkling in the night? Did it matter? And the guy's like, that's okay. This is like, I feel weird about this. And he tries to leave. And then The person says, "I've always loved you," said Margaret, and the man stops. He's like, "Oh, wait, this is getting good." "I know," said Gil. It was a still night. Margaret wouldn't stop fiddling with the straw in her drink. "I will always love you," Margaret repeated. Gil was silent, the crickets filling the space between the couple past their prime, punctuated by Gil's second, "I know." And for the first time ever in their 42 years of marriage, he hoped Margaret would never say, "I love you" again. And then the man is like,
What?
"That wasn't a happy ending." And Masseuse is like, "Well, what is a happy ending, really?"
Or he could say that wasn't a happy ending, and she'd be like, "I don't know. Do you want a hand job?"
Yeah, some of like, what do you think? Like, what really makes a happy ending? They're still together, and he's like, but the looming threat. And they just start like dissecting the book.
Okay, here's a really bad idea.
Okay. And this is the really bad idea.
Yeah,
okay.
this is the
This
bad
one's
the other
the
ones
bad
were
one.
good.
This is the bad one.
This one's
Oh,
the
no.
bad one.
Okay. So it's basically like a Borat type kind of situation. Please just
Trying really hard not to laugh into the
please
mic.
hear me out.
You
Please hear me
start
out.
with, it's kind of like a Borat.
You guys seen Borat?
Okay, please.
Okay.
guys.
Okay, sorry.
You guys seen Saturday Night Live? It's kind of
You
like
guys-
that.
You guys don't have any ideas. Just let me do my ideas. Don't be so mean. I'm the only
Okay,
one
I'm
that has
sorry. I'm
content for
sorry.
this
I'm
podcast.
sorry.
What are you talking about? I have content.
Dude, I am the content.
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
That's why you're here.
Okay, Levi, I'm sorry. You were
Okay,
saying.
it's like Borat.
Okay,
Come
we're
on,
just gonna cut
Let's
this.
humor him. Let's humor
We're just
him.
gonna cut this, but
No,
I
I
still
wanna
want
hear
to.
it.
I still want to do it anyways. So, it's basically a guy who like he's an English language learner and he's super eloquent, but there's just like certain words that he like doesn't know yet, and so he just goes. He like uses incredibly long-winded like ways to like talk about the thing that he's saying. And I just wanted to that sounds very fine. But the example I came up with would be someone asks him like, "Hey, do you know what happened with like Lauren and Jeff?"
Hey, Jamie.
Hey.
How was your weekend?
Good.
Good.
So good.
Okay, well,
Yeah, no,
I'll see you at lunch.
yeah.
Hey, Igor.
Hello, me. How was your weekend?
You know, it was okay. It's been kind of rough lately.
Yeah?
Like, I'm with my dad in
Igor?
the hospital.
Have great weekend. He tried first time, how you say, bean juice?
Coffee?
Coffee? Okay, very good,
Yep.
very good.
Do you know what's up with Jamie? I just read part of your notes. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
And he goes, "Okay, how you say?"
You know Helen?
His wife?
Yes. So, Helen, she is woman of many need, emotional, physical, and Jamie, he not always need. So Helen decide she want to meet with different man.
Oh.
Yes. Her and new man become, how you say, involved.
Okay. Oh, poor Jamie.
Yes. Very involved.
Yes.
Multiple time. On Halloween, on Christmas, on Labor Day,
Labor Day?
sacred American holiday.
That's his favorite.
This is bad. Yes. But it get worse.
How?
Well, it turned out that different men have very many disease. Hepatitis, gonorrhea, syphilis.
Syphilis?
I know, I say syphilis. I say syphilis. Who she fuck, Al Capone?
What?
Al Capone very famous at syphilis. You don't know that?
No, I know who Al Capone is, but like,
Not point of story. I get derailed. Anyways, Helen, Jamie's wife, sleep with syphilis man. And due to mucous membrane interaction, Jamie now have syphilis. So Jamie find out he have syphilis, confront wife as you do when have syphilis. Say, wife, I have syphilis. Wife. Helen, say, what happened? Helen, leave Jamie for syphilis man.
Or Jamie.
So, how you say?
What?
With Jamie and Helen and syphilis?
Oh, Helen cheated on him.
Cheated. Okay, very good. Yeah. Very good. In the beat, when Jamie killed himself, I get his stapler. It's okay, Jamie. I'm sure they find cure for hepatitis very soon.
All right.
Yeah.
So Bean, go ahead and riff.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, dude. I'm so bad at improv. I thought this would be a good fun time with my friends. Okay, so there's a podcaster living in
I have
your...
a trash can in my bathroom.
You have a trash can in your bathroom? Do you have a bed frame?
No.
Okay, so there's a podcaster living in your walls. That's the first concept.
The In the
have.
Walls podcast.
In the Walls podcast. And you don't notice it at first, but sometimes you're just sitting by yourself and you hear, "What's up, guys? We're back."
I think it would
Muffled
probably
from
it might
within the
sound more like
walls.
it probably sounds like, "What's up, guys?"
Well, yeah, it's like, "What's up, guys? We're back. We're in the walls." This is the podcast where we get up into your walls.
Can I get a skitter scatter?
IPA today?
This podcast is brought to you by Nandies. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Okay, I want to do a psychology experiment. I don't know what
This
kind.
isn't a skip, by the way.
Yeah, no.
This is a
No,
real
he wants
experience.
to
Yeah, I
do
want to
this.
do an actual experiment. No, I just think it would be funny to do one of
It's
those
called
like.
the dead baby experiment.
My God, we're not going back to dead babies.
I never. said
Jordan
that.
started
you guys
it.
Twisted my words.
Jesus.
You better not cut the part where it.
Jordan's editing this one, so he's gonna leave in my insensitive.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
was
make us all look
and-
bad
and
except him.
cut out everything he says.
I'm thinking like empathy experiment where you have like, two friends on a walk and it's like, but what they don't know is that this man is about to have a heart attack in front of them, and we're gonna see how they react. And like the guy has a heart attack, a fake heart attack, obviously, and they're like waiting to see what they do. And they just kind of like come up to the body and poke it with the stick and walk away. And they're like, we couldn't like just stop here. Clearly, like this was an outlier, so we did it 7 more times, and like each time reacts the same. And then at the last time, they actually have a heart attack, and nobody saves them because everyone thinks it's part of the experiment.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, Jordan? Why did all of them not want to save him? This is like so random that
They
like
just keep poking him with the
Yeah,
stick.
they just keep poking him with
like-
the stick. It's very surreal.
it's such a like random aspect of the sketch to be like the general populace hates the
Yeah,
elderly.
they just don't care. It doesn't have to be an elderly person. I never said it was an old guy. Just
should
any
be,
guy
though.
collapsing.
But it should be because that's a lot more realistic. That's so funny. Just like, okay, so the main basis of this sketch is that we hate old
So
people.
we hate old people, and they're taking up
That's
too much
what I'm
space.
saying about
No, I
society.
know.
in
But
this
like
one.
you have the voiceover over it, like studying like what the
Yep.
people are doing. Like this one came with a stick too, and boy is it poking.
this one,
Strangely, none of them attempted CPR.
this male.
Oh my god, they called the EMS, but now they're just poking him with the stick too.
First responders appeared at the scene with even longer sticks to poke the body
Longer,
with.
sterilized sticks.
That's what we have to do. We have to do absurd 10-second humor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what the algorithm
That's what they
wants.
want. That's what.
that's what you.
Yeah, we can do that. And
measly want.
you know, if you're
Fricks
you
want.
little worms,
You
your
pathetic.
9-second attention spans.
Okay. So it's a party, college party setup, and they're just kind of all hanging out. And then one guy comes out of the house and he's like, "Hey guys, I found a guitar. Like, would you guys mind if I played a couple songs? And they're all like, yeah, sure, man, go ahead. And they like set up a little campfire, and he starts strumming a song. Let's say, he starts playing Yesterday by the Beatles. And they're just kind of getting into it. And then all of a sudden he's interrupted in the distance with someone else strumming a guitar, and you just hear like Hallelujah just like on the other guitar, and he just stops and like looks over, and in the same backyard there's like another campfire set up like right next to his. And there's another guitar player that looks kind of exactly like him, but like just a little different, and they're like both kind of looking at each other. And the first guy starts again. He starts playing some like Ed Sheeran and then gets interrupted by the second guy playing like some Elvis. And they just keep trading like back and forth and getting like more and more intense. And then at the exact same time, they strum the starting chord to Wonderwall. And they both just like start playing the song together, and it becomes like super romantic, like rotating cameras.
Whoa.
And like the light starts to glow in their eyes, and like they're totally in sync, and like now they're singing to each other. And then it just cuts to like two guys watching both of the fire pits, and they're like singing, just two guys like in the back of the yard, and they're like, man, that's really gay. And the other guy's like, I don't know, man, it seems kind of fun. And then it just ends.
It just ends.
So many layers to
There's
these.
a lot of layers
There's
to
just
that.
a lot to
You
unpack
tackle
here.
homophobia.
Got
You
homophobia.
tackle the music business and how
Music.
it's overproduced.
I'm just saying.
You're talking about musicians who don't know how to play their own stuff. There's layers.
You can also play covers and
No.
Jordan's reading into it a little bit, but
I'm trying to do a critical analysis of it. You know,
yeah, I want to get some.
What is Erdman saying in this passage?
I could not imagine someone calling my work by my last name.
Really?
Oh,
Ah,
I
this
didn't
isn't
even
Erdman.
register that
This
that was
is
your last
so
name.
Erdman.
Oh,
That
yeah.
went right past me. I was like, huh, Erdman must be some writer.
This is a
Really?
I was
Hey,
like,
that's
oh, I
fun.
forgot.
That's great.
I'm realizing that we have to film one of these.
Oh yeah.
And this is giving me palpitations.
It's always scarier than it turns out to be.
Yeah.
I will say. We
Yeah.
usually change the ideas to work for it.
Yeah,
during
most of the
script
time.
writing
That makes sense.
process. A lot of these ideas are very out there.
Yeah,
and then
remember the
we
one
have
where
to
I was
find
like, yeah, the masseuse in the field of golden
Oh,
wheat.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's
Well, we're
easy.
doing
You know,
that.
where
Where's the closest wheat field?
all right, Jordan, you have any? You got another one?
Wait, it's my turn.
Yeah, we're skipping over beans.
I thought
my
that was. I
turn.
thought that was Bean's bit.
Which one?
Just the general banter.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just because Bean is involved in the banter doesn't mean that it was Bean's banter.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Thank
sorry.
you, Jordan.
Bean's banter. I like
Beans
that.
banter.
Put in a title card for that now.
Beans banter.
Wait, no. Give us your best.
What?
Do like the sound for the title card.
Beans banter. Did you like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep in the like that part.
I really didn't like that part actually,
I was like, what's the worst sound?
and
A
ironically
title card
didn't like that.
And ironically, that was unpleasant, and I'd like to go home.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, that makes 3 of us. Okay, bits, sketches. All right, I want to go back to this concept of hating old people.
Okay.
So it's going to be like man on the street style, and he's just like, let's find the weirdest looking old person.
Oh my god. That's so mean.
And that's it. There's no twist. That's the whole sketch. for
I
me.
really
It's
appreciate.
like, man, look at this one.
And you know what's easy about that is there's so many weird looking old people that we don't even have to look for them. They're just gonna be out there.
Yeah, it's easy.
Man,
Oh,
check out the hips on that guy.
Whoa, dude,
boy.
how's this guy even alive still?
Why are we even
Wow.
doing comedy when we can just bully people?
That's what I'm saying.
No, honestly, that's what comedy kind of used to be. I was watching a Bob Hope performance from like, oh gosh, it had to be like 1980s, and the majority of his set was talking about how fat Oprah is.
Jesus.
Literally, no, I'm not even joking.
Stop laughing.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'm
crazy.
not joking.
It's probably
You can
funny.
look it up, but it's just him. It was not funny. That was the thing. Is that
Wait,
it
but
was,
it's
it was just
probably-
mean.
Probably kind of funny.
Sometimes things are funny because they're so like absurd that you can't even believe it exists.
It
you
was
know?
like the most boomer
Yeah.
humor about like, oh, like when they walk past the TV, you miss 2 episodes of Leave It to Beaver. Like,
That's so funny, Jordan.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I keep laughing directly into the mic. No, like sometimes my boyfriend will send me like Christian dry bar stand up, and like it actually makes
dude.
me laugh unironically
like,
because
yeah.
it's so absurd.
So I've seen like a couple dry bar things that I'm like, oh shit, that's funny. Like,
what is a
that
dry
was-
bar? For
No,
the
but
people who
this
don't
is
know?
a dry bar is like clean comedy. So a dry bar is a
Got it.
bar without alcohol, which is the play on words or whatever.
Mm.
No, but this is like Christian clean comedy.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Pete Holmes has a fucking brilliant like 20-minute podcast with Tom Segura about like religion and like comedy. It's really good.
Oh, I should listen to that. That's right up my alley.
Anyways, I think that I'll share like my last 2 ideas. Why don't you share a couple more, and then we have to do the minion quiz.
Oh fuck, I forgot about the minion quiz.
And then that
Jesus
can,
Christ!
that can close out the podcast.
It's minion quiz time.
Okay. I really want to do. The idea is dressing up as a Jehovah's Witness in order to get
I'm
into
in.
somebody's house. Like, and there's not really a rhyme or reason to it. It's just trying to see if you could do it.
No, I like that. You're like, I'm gonna dress up as a missionary so I can go look in people's drawers.
Exactly.
It's so funny that Jordan can pitch that, and it's like, aha, teehee, funny. But if I pitched that, you guys would be like, all right, where is this going?
What's the
that
twist?
can't be the joke.
Oh no, there's something there. I like that.
Or like a heist movie where it involves having to dress up. I just like the idea of trying to break into somebody's home, but like they ask you questions. Like it turns out the other person, whoever opens the door, wants to talk about
Wants to
religion.
be, like,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
wants to be
So
inducted.
trying to bullshit from there about not knowing anything about it, I think would be very comedic.
That would be
Oh
pretty
no,
funny.
that is fun.
That is true. That's
Could be
really
Mormons too,
Yeah.
because
be
I was
Mormons.
a
Mormons or Jehovah's.
help
I
us
just
write
want to
that
do.
one.
yeah.
I
there
don't
you
want to
go.
call out a specific religion. I just want to do general. Like,
Yeah, that's
You just
fair.
want to dress
That's
them
fair.
exactly like they would dress.
yeah.
Okay,
be like,
so
"Oh, who could
they
this
can be
be?"
like, you know, oh, what church are you from? And you have to like bullshit it. You're like, well,
Yeah.
it's the Baptist choir of
Former day ladder of the former.
of Islam. You're like, wait a minute.
What did you say?
How
Now
many,
what in the sham hell?
how many religions you got in there?
All of them.
All of them.
Every single one.
Well, god damn it.
We
They're
are
like,
all
name
in.
2. Name 2 different religions. He's like,
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
something
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
losing steam. We
and me too. And then I really want to do like a very gritty David Fincher style sketch where there's a bunch of Dutch angles, but in each shot the Dutch angles get more and more angled until it's just like vertical. So then you have to
upside
flip on the
down.
phone, and then it's like, wait, okay, now it's going the other way, and like the
Starts going
conversation
back.
is completely indistinguishable. I just want the script to be like very serious,
Yeah.
but then the Dutch angles are the main joke.
It literally
It's
like flips upside down at
yeah,
one.
yeah, it's like slowly getting more and more like it doesn't even make sense. There's like black bars on
funny.
the side.
These are so creative.
That's really
I
funny.
love it.
Choo, choo, choo. It's just
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
It was totally fucking random.
Or like the aspect ratio keeps getting tighter.
Yeah, exactly.
like, zooming
it
in, it,
changes
like, gets
aspect
smaller.
ratios like 10
Yeah.
times.
It becomes just like a square at one
It does like a flashback, and it just
One to one.
checkered.
It's like mobile dimension at one point.
It's like the DVD screensaver. It just starts like bouncing.
It's like, you don't remember 2 weeks ago when I got that letter, and it changes to like 4 to 3, and then it switches back to like widescreen, and then it's like, okay, we're doing like just a single pixel.
They do like the picture-in-picture effect, and then like
Yeah.
extreme close-up to
Yeah.
like narrow ultra wide. I got one where it's 2 guys and they're hanging out at the beach, and one guy's like, "Yeah, man, this is so beautiful, you know. And the other guy's like, it is, man. This is great. You ever wonder, like, how? Like that, you know? And the other guy's like, what? Do I wonder how what? He's like, I don't know. Do you wonder, like, how, like, they made this? He's like, what? What do you mean? Who? He's like, you know, the people that, like, made the beach. Like, how did they make it? It seems like, where do you even start? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those
Where'd they get the sand?
You know, like, who thought of mini rocks? Like, any mini rocks. And the first guy's like, I don't think you get it. Like, the beach naturally occurred. And he's like, well, yeah, naturally civilization, like, reached the point for beaches. But, like,
How did we put them there?
where did it come from?
I just don't
Where
get
did
it.
the idea come from? The first guy's like, no, man. Like, forces of nature, like erosion and, like, tectonic plates shifting, like, caused the creation of this beach. Water running over these rocks for millions of years created where we are today. And he's like,
okay.
that's insane. So they didn't make this. He's like, no. And he's like, dang, that's crazy. Do you ever think about who made the sun?
It's like, okay, yeah, I figured out. So tectonic plates, they like, so anyways, and then that makes the sand. But, like, where'd the water come from? Like, who pays for all
This
that?
is exactly what, and it just
Like-
keeps going for, like, a little too long.
Yeah.
And then he's like, the guy who was always asking, like, you know, how did they make this? He's like, I wish there was just, like, someone who could explain everything to me. And then just hard cuts to him in church. And he's like,
Oh,
it
boy.
all makes so much more sense.
Oh, there we
now.
go.
I knew someone made the beach.
I feel like we can connect all the religion ideas.
I like that one. Yeah, it's silly.
That one I think we could absolutely film. Like,
Yeah.
just get two people on a beach
Totally.
in chairs.
It's so
Like,
easy.
that would be a really funny
And we could
situation.
probably do the campfire one at the same time. If it's
The campfire one would be so funny to do. It would just take
Yeah.
some practice.
Yeah,
That would be.
I like that one. That's good.
It's a little
That's my kind of humor.
It's a little bit lighter.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
just kind of yeah.
A lot of these have been very
It's a light
dark,
trouble.
very
We gotta
mean
open up a
spirited.
little. Dude, the campfire one was not dark.
No, that one.
No,
wasn't.
that was
fun.
That was good vibes. That seemed like a Pixar sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it kind of does have the energy, except for the homophobia at the end. But
It wasn't homophobia. Oh, I guess it was. I don't know.
it's coming from Levi. So.
It doesn't count.
Doesn't count. My homophobia doesn't count.
I put it in a sketch. It's commentary.
It's commentary, guys. You don't get
Jesus.
it.
Okay, I got some more. Here we go. Next one is it's Thanksgiving dinner. They're all having, you know, the family's all kind of back together. And he's like, the dad. He's like, you know, you guys are old enough now, talking to his kids. I think it's time your mother and I told you that you two are adopted. And they're like, oh, we know, Dad. Like, we figured that out. And he's like, so you're not mad? And they're like, no, of course not. Like, we were just waiting for you to tell us. We were always okay with it. It's like, oh, wow, that's so sweet, you guys. And they all, like, have this moment. Dad, you know, maybe sheds a couple tears. And they sit back down. And then the guy turns to his wife and he's like, so, Priscilla, I don't really know how to tell you this, but you're adopted. And she's like, what are you talking about, Jared? We've been married for 13 years. And he goes, see, that's the thing. One day, I just saw you and your husband out, and I thought, man, that guy looks like he's having a good time. And so,
I don't know.
I just bought
Where's this going?
I just bought the exact same clothes that he had on, and you know, when he wasn't paying attention, I just locked him in a bathroom stall. I walked out. I pretended to be your husband, and we've been together ever since.
Fuck.
This is so weird.
And he's like, and she's like, Jared, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's like, I'm not Jared.
And he goes, listen, we'll talk about this in a little bit, okay? And then he turns to his mom, and he's like, Mom, you're adopted. And she goes, what? And he says, when I was 3 months old, I realized my true family was poor. And I wasn't going to grow up poor. So at the tender age of 3.5 months, I crawled out of my crib.
Cage.
I crawled out of my crib. Yeah, and he just at the tender age of 3.5 months, he crawled out of his crib up I-5, sent the baby back to his family in a FedEx box and took his place. And he goes, my only true family here is Buster.
Buster.
And there's just another guy sitting next to him. And he's just like totally, he's just like a random guy. Like literally looks like they
it
just
zooms
picked him
out
up
and there's only
above this tree. Like they're all clearly a family except for Buster. And it was just like, your best friend, Buster? And he's like, my best friend and dad. They're like clearly the same age.
So nonsense.
it's just nonsense.
The thing that I really want to pull out of that is a baby crawling up I-5. I feel like that should be like a Huggies commercial.
Yeah.
Where they're like, they show the baby crawling and they're like, Huggies can handle anything. And then it zooms out and the baby's on the highway. The commercial just ends. No explanation.
Huggies, we'll get you where you need to go.
Huggies for your daily commute.
When you need to go.
Oh! What? I don't know what I'm doing. That's marketing, baby.
I want to do one that's Nobu, but for like really shitty restaurants like Denny's. So it's just like...
What's Nobu?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, Nobu is a sushi place where they make it right in front of you.
Oh, yes.
And
Like
so is it
Benihana's.
sushi? Oh no, I am thinking of Benihana. Nobu is
Yeah.
like a super fancy.
Oh,
sushi place.
okay. Benihana,
Yeah. So sorry.
For Denny's.
But yeah, it's like it's Benihana's, but for Denny's. So
they're like
Sorry.
slinging
it's like
the
not.
pancakes.
It's not like.
A
But the
chef
thing is,
just like puts a griddle on the table and like knocks all your shit out of it. And he's like, all right.
yeah, that's the thing is, it's like instead of like trying to do it as like a presentation thing, they just like cut the wall out of the kitchen, so you can just like hear into the kitchen, and literally the whole time it's just like you just see people. They're just fucking like smoking and like dropping the ash into the pancakes, and they're like spitting on the floor and just like
Like
it's just
complaining about the
gross.
customers.
They're like
Yeah.
two people are just like making out over the stove, and like they're like that. I want a table C is a real fucking handful. Like, don't take any shit from him. And then the guy's like sitting like right there, like right next to the kitchen. And they just come up, but they still have the doors. There's just like no top to the door. So they come out of the like swinging doors and pretend that like you can't hear them at all. And they just come right back to the guy who was being like a handful. And he's like, so how are you doing, sir? Like,
I made it just how you requested.
that's what you requested. And then he like looks over at the guy in the kitchen and like winks. And he's like, who are you winking at? And he's like, nobody, of course. There's nobody back there. It's just
Can you imagine like saying to the waiter, I can taste spit in my water? Like,
my
can
God.
you imagine like being like, how would
That
you
would be
even
so
be able to
funny.
tell for one? Is the
so
first
funny.
question.
Oh, I love this concept.
this is
Wow.
Let's abuse customer
Excuse me.
service.
How much spit is in this?
Be honest. What's the spit
Be honest.
content?
Spit content, because I'm counting calories. So
Oh god.
Okay, let's see.
Levi, let's
Just a
hear these
couple more.
last three
Just a
ideas.
couple more,
Okay.
nothing crazy.
all right,
Let's
all right,
go.
we can get through this. Woo, let's go. Let's go.
'Kay.
Let's go.
It's dead body
Mm-hmm.
stunt
I
double.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
So like He's like, yeah, I've just ever since been a kid, been really good at pretending to be dead. Been in the news 5 or 6 times for people thinking I died. And I didn't, obviously, every time.
Just kept poking me with sticks. I don't know.
Just I've always been good at pretending to be dead. And so, yeah, they call me in. And, you know, I do that. And it's like this, it just cuts to this cinematic shot of like a man like wishing his die. It's like basically like Spider-Man, like Uncle Ben gets shot. And Uncle Ben's like, with great power. And like cuts back up to Peter Parker. And he's like, no, Uncle Ben. And back to Uncle Ben. He's like, comes great responsibility. And then dies, and it cuts back to Peter, and he's like, no! And then it cuts back to Uncle Ben, and it's the dead actor.
It's clearly
He's
like
a totally different guy, and he's not even like pretending. He's just like, he's got his tongue sticking out, eyes closed.
it's really hard to get into that state of mind. You know, each role, each performance is a different process. I have to feel like a dead body.
But not any dead body.
Exactly.
A character's dead body.
So I've been injecting myself to let rigor mortis set in. You know, silicone, all sorts of stuff, just to make sure everything's tight and stiff. So,
Oh my
My
god.
all
method
part of the
acting
process.
has ruined every relationship I've ever had.
Here's a good another song idea we could do.
Ooh.
It's a rap, but they just say the names of various felonies and then their minimum sentence.
Sounds educational, honestly.
Yeah, it's just like they're just like super hood. He's like, yeah, I've been to jail. Let me tell you about it. Murder. That's a minimum of 10. Homicide. That's not the same as murder. Didn't know that.
Second-degree murder, legal in this state, not in like it starts getting
It's just,
specific
like,
into
super-
regional.
Yeah, it's
Like,
literally just like super specific federal law.
yeah.
That just sounds like a law school resource.
I think it would be so funny.
It'd be fun. It'd be easy.
Yeah,
It'd
yeah,
a
that would be
funny one.
cute.
Yeah.
Manslaughter.
Again, different than murder. I know this is confusing.
Public
Stick with me.
indecency.
There are a lot of ways to kill people.
Larry's here for that one.
We brought in.
It'd be
Larry the
really
Flasher.
hard to commit second-degree murder. You got to get someone into a really cold room. I'm sorry.
Shut up. Shut up.
Levi, do you have one last idea before we jump into the Minions movie?
I think
The
we just go.
Minions.
Okay,
I think we just
okay.
go
let's
to the
do
Minions
this.
movie.
Me and Levi saw the Minions movie.
Jordan more recently.
I saw it more recently. I laughed several times, unironically.
I laughed a
The
couple
children in the back of the theater were going crazy.
They loved it. Yeah.
I saw it 2 rows away from the screen, so I got the full
What? You're like-
experience.
You were just.
Yeah. And
The Minions are like God.
Yeah,
because me and
he's a
Levi have
religious
seen
man
it,
now.
we decided we would quiz Bean on some stuff in the movie. So we're just going to pass it back and forth. Levi, you do the first question, and we'll see how you do.
Okay.
So wait, okay, sorry, can you explain the rules to me?
So here's what's going to happen. This is a Minions movie quiz. We are
Yeah.
going to read you a question, and then we'll give you 4 multiple choice answers.
Okay.
We're going to be keeping score. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions.
Okay.
So,
And this is about like what happened in the movie?
Yes.
yep.
Okay. And I've not seen it, so
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Okay.
here we go. You want me to start?
yeah.
Okay. What shows up at least 5 times in the movie? A. Vector. B. Bear Minion ass. C. Girl Scout cookies. D. Comcast product placement.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'm torn.
At least
At least
5
5 times.
times.
I'm torn between Comcast product placement and Bear Minion ass. Because one of the Despicable Despicable Me movies I saw, I remember there's like a shot with like a minion in a thong.
Oh,
And I was like, damn, that's wild. And now that was like, what, 3 movies ago? So I'm going to go with Bear Minion ass. I'm locking that in.
you are Can we say it?
Go ahead.
Correct.
Yes.
They show bare ass. There is no thong this time. Several times.
Several bare
multiple
minion
shots.
ass.
Multiple renders that an artist had to do of this minion's little butt cheeks
Little Tic Tac
flailing
ass.
around. Yeah. Question number 2
I
being,
love that. I gotta see this movie. Sounds hot.
one of the minions makes this in the movie. A chicken minion hybrid child. B, macaroni and minion. C, minion goo. A laxative / superhuman strength substance. D, the entire fucking universe. Literally the whole thing from scratch.
I don't even know where to start.
I wrote that one.
The entire. Oh. Okay, what? It's a minion chicken.
Minion, a
Mac and
chicken,
mac
chicken
and
minion,
minion.
hybrid child, macaroni and minion
Minion goo.
a laxative
and
/ superhuman strength
And
substance.
the entire universe.
Wait, so it's a laxative and superhuman strength?
Yeah, it does
If you
both.
take it?
Yeah.
Okay,
We
I'm
can't
voting.
get into detail.
So it gives you flatulence and or more.
Don't give her any more hints.
I'm locking it in on minion goo.
Minion goo is your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Minion has a chicken minion hybrid child as
you
a
guys
baby.
came up with a minion.
Yeah. That was all Levi.
I
Levi did
come
this
up with Minion
question.
It
Goo.
was so specific. I was like,
Illumination
that's gotta
Studios,
be it.
please hire me. I will write the Minions 4.
I can see that. You know, they're like, you got to take this goo to save the world, but it will make you shit yourself. That feels like an illumination.
That's a great. That
Okay.
could be a good skit.
Yeah.
There you go.
What is not a villain of the Vicious Six, the main villain group in the movie?
Okay.
Sassy Disco Lady, French Lobster Man, Swedish Man, a really strong guy, only, why does it say sometimes? A really strong guy, or E, all of these villains are in the movie.
Okay. A Swedish man. Well, I guess I'm going with all of the above. That feels safe.
Yeah, it's all,
Yep,
it's all
they're
of the
all
above.
in the movie.
They're all in
They-
the movie. Just a Swedish guy?
Yeah,
He's
just a
just
Swedish
Swedish?
guy.
Yep.
He
That's
drives a
fun.
motorcycle, I believe.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Does he have a Swedish accent?
Does he talk? He's
don't-
got to say something.
I do not
Probably has like
remember
one line.
anything
Damn.
about the
I thought you guys
Vicious
loved this
Six.
movie.
The sassy disco lady is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, Levi, what's the next question?
How do the minions get to San Francisco?
Mm.
A. They use a shrink ray to mail themselves. B. They hijack an airplane. C. They steal Gru's car. D. Train heist.
Okay, I'm gonna just say the one I want it to be,
Okay.
which is that they hijack an airplane.
do
That's
hijack an
correct. They hijack an airplane.
They do hijack an airplane. Which,
I guess
wow,
it's-
didn't realize
wow.
that Minions was going to be the first one to break that,
Yeah.
Break that
faux pas.
They're like, we can joke about 9/11 now.
We can do this now.
It has been long
been
enough.
long.
We can
enough.
have the minions fly a plane.
we were talking about on the last podcast before it started, like how there had to be a guy when they were doing one of the previous Minion movies to be like, if they always follow the worst bad guy in existence, what happened during
Oh,
World
yeah.
War II?
Yeah.
And someone had to say, like, we have to have them get lost in the mountains
They're in an
because
iceberg or
we
something.
cannot
Yeah.
make the Minions
Yeah.
Nazis.
The minions would have been Nazis.
But they
If they
cut
could've.
that out. So
Okay.
someone thought of that, and well done.
Well
you
done.
deserve a raise.
Which director is directly parodied in the movie? And I don't mean like it is a chunk of the movie that is devoted to a parody of this director's work.
Okay, shit. I don't know my directors that well.
A. Steven Spielberg.
Okay.
B. Stanley Kubrick.
That would be insane.
C. Quentin Tarantino.
That would also be insane.
D. Zack Snyder.
These would all be insane.
I know.
Kubrick. Damn it.
Quentin Tarantino.
What?
There's
In
a full-on
children's movie?
Kill Bill parody in the middle of the movie that takes way too much time. It takes
'Cause
so
I was
long.
thinking, like, okay, a Shining joke might be funny, but Kill Bill?
Yeah.
That's God. Okay, what are they doing with this movie?
Let me say, I don't know how directly it is a Kill Bill parody as much as they have one of the minions in a Kill Bill suit. What are the mysterious amulets effects based off? the 7 Deadly Sins, the Periodic Table, Chinese New Year, or Medieval Knights?
Can you tell me what the amulet looks like?
No.
No.
7 Deadly Sins.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Chinese New
What
Year
is
was
going
the
on?
correct
Yeah,
answer.
Chinese New Year.
This movie is all over the
Yeah.
place.
All right, you want to do the next one?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be... Oh, go ahead.
What does the amulet do in the movie?
It's Chinese New Year. Ooh, I don't know a lot about Chinese New Year.
Does it unleash a dragon, make Gru really strong, like a buff child Gru, grant the wearer eternal life, or turn everyone into animals?
So random. What do you mean a buff child grew?
Like it makes him
Gru's
super
a child.
He's
in
a
the
child?
movie.
in
Yeah,
this
it's a
movie?
prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
Okay, I want buff child grew.
It turns everyone into animals.
What?
I'm really sorry.
Oh wait, that makes sense for Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
I'm really dumb.
I thought that would be too easy.
I was just thinking about buff child grew and I couldn't get that out of my
All
head.
right, you do the next one, Jordan, because I want to do the last one.
Okay. Who does Gru befriend in the movie? A minion. B, a kid in his classroom. C, an old skinny man. D, a superhero.
I'm going with old skinny man.
Yeah, old skinny man.
Old skinny man.
4
Old skinny
points.
man.
Will you win this? If you get the next one,
Here
you'll
we
have
go.
5
All
Okay,
points.
okay.
Here we
Is this
go.
the last one?
Yes.
Oh fuck, this is high stakes.
Which Crazy Rich Asian star
I have not seen that movie because I'm
appears
racist.
as the acupuncturist / kung fu teacher? A. Aquafina. B. Michelle Yeoh. C. Jackie Chan, posthumously.
What?
D.
Is he dead?
He's in Creed. What?
What?
Okay.
D. Henry Golding. Do you want to see pictures of who these people are?
I think I know all of them except the last one. I'm going with Aquafina. I don't know.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Damn.
Yeah, you lost.
This is Michelle Yeoh,
Uh-huh.
who
Michelle Yeoh.
appears.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm saying her last name correctly. Y-E.
She
OH.
is directly responsible for the Kill Bill parody in the movie.
Yep.
Oh,
fact.
she was an acupuncture.
Mm-hmm.
What is the plot? Actually, don't
That
explain
we
it
just
to
gave
me.
you pretty much the plot.
I
That's
don't,
all we can
and
remember
it doesn't
from the
make
plot.
any sense. But
You
I do want to
forgot,
watch
yeah.
it for the bare
Yeah, we didn't even
ass.
talk about the whole like minion riding on a motorcycle all the way to San Francisco.
Yeah.
thing.
I
That
thought
was
they
just-
Goes on
hijacked
a
a plane.
tricycle.
There was another. Yeah, that's the thing is there was so there was Gru. There was
There's so
Gru's
much
story.
happening.
There was the 3 minions story. There was Otto minion story.
Otto, yeah.
Then there was old man villain story, and there was
All the other
Sinister
villains.
6 villain
Yeah.
story.
Which, by the way, there was a nun in there too. We didn't mention her.
We didn't even
the
mention the
nun.
nun, and the nun for me was the funniest.
Really? The nun got
She
you?
was so. She was just so.
The
funny.
minions hijacking a plane was where I started to lose it. Because there's a scene where they are going so fast, and it looks like they're about to hit an air traffic control
Like,
tower.
it's not
and
even,
for a
like,
millisecond,
maybe,
I was like,
like-
they are going to crash this plane. I was fully prepared for that to
hijacked
happen.
and
For
crashed.
Minion
a
No,
9/11,
it did
like-
pull up at the last minute, but the whole experience of seeing minions in the cockpit, and the first thing they do is drop the oxygen masks, and everyone starts freaking out. I'm like, okay, this is comedy gold. Like, if the rest of the movie had been like that, I would have loved it.
The fact that the minions thought about like,
9/11.
oh wait, they can't follow Hitler, but yeah, they could hijack an airplane.
And it's just gonna be for laughs, you know. A minion's butt is in that scene too. I would like to say there's
There is
another full flash.
Minion ass during 9/11 in the Minion universe.
Oh,
The minions
boy.
would follow Osama bin Laden, right? Based
Right?
on the
they
rules.
didn't uncanon that.
No.
Yeah.
So it kind of just makes sense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they were doing right before they met Gru. I would like to think.
Yeah, that was the
Damn.
very end.
That's
of the
why they knew
movie,
how to hijack a plane.
is they go into the caves.
Anyways, on
Damn.
that note,
Oh my god.
Never forget Minion 9/11. Also, my name is.
Hey, where were you on Minion 9/11?
thank you,
I was here. I was in this city.
Bean. Thank
you
you.
don't know what it was like. In the
I
rubble.
don't want to be on
In the rubble of Minion 9/11.
I was a firefighter.
I lost
in
an
the
animator
rubbles.
cousin.
The minions were everywhere.
They just spilled out of the sky.
They were the plane.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for coming on the
Thanks
podcast.
for
Bean.
coming, Bean.
Yes.
Please
Tap
tell
me
us
up.
your socials again.
Dog.
All right, you can find me on Instagram at 8bitbean, on Twitter at Old Lady Bernice, and my podcast is Strumpet Radio Hour.
Trying to do.
So yeah, I
I'm
had a
really
lot of
trying
fun
to
on
do
this
a high five.
podcast, and
Thank you.
Konnichiwa, bitches.